I go to Disney World every single week, and here are my favorite things to do in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Hey everybody, it's Molly with Mammoth Club, and I'm here in Animal Kingdom today kicking off a new series, Molly's Favorite Things. It's like Oprah's favorite things, but without free stuff.
You get a car! You get a car!
That's less appealing. Note to self, become as rich as Oprah, give everyone that watches a new car. We'll put that on the 2023 radar. Anyway, you may know that part of my job is to come to the Disney parks every single week. It is incredible. And because I go to the parks so often, people are always asking, Molly, what are your favorite things to do in the Disney parks? And some of my favorite things are the big e-ticket must-do attractions. But some of my favorite things to do are snacks, off-the-radar entertainment, and some hidden gems that not everybody knows about. So today we are kicking off this brand new series, and I'll be telling you my favorite things inside all of the Disney and Universal parks. But to keep things interesting, to make it a little harder, we are going to be going land by land. I'm only allowing myself to select one thing in every land of the parks. Some of these lands will be incredibly easy, some of these lands incredibly difficult, but along the way we'll have some fun. We'll talk about the best things to do in Animal Kingdom. I hope you're ready, I hope you're excited. Let's get to it. Arriving to the park today, I acquired myself a park map, and I got to thinking, what are my favorite things to do in each of the lands of Disney's Animal Kingdom? Some lands incredibly easy, some lands incredibly difficult to pick just one favorite thing. Some lands hard to pick a favorite at all, but let's get to it. We're gonna have some fun. First land on the agenda, the Oasis. Now this is probably the least exciting land with the least to choose from, which made my choice pretty easy compared to some others with some heavy hitters. The Oasis is your entry point into Animal Kingdom, so you've got a lot of your services, guest relations, locker rental, stroller rental, ECV and wheelchair rental. There's a small gift shop, and then there's some animal exhibits and a rainforest cafe. And that's it. So, the obvious choice is one of the animals. It's clearly not Rainforest Cafe. There's a variety of animals in this exhibit, but most people breeze right past them because they're trying to get into the park and they're excited to ride Flight of Passage. But there's actually some beautiful exhibits along the way, and there's one animal in particular I think is so cute. I can't wait to see if she's out. I didn't see her at first, but this cast member is finding. There she is! Oh my gosh! She's so big. I love her. It's the southern anteater. I think they are so cute, and there's a couple different species of anteaters. The cast member was just telling me, and the biggest one can be up to 6 to 8 feet, which is massive. But this species can be up to 80 pounds. And I think the anteaters are so cute and so unusual, and an animal you don't see often, at least I don't. And I like to come up this way, or when I'm leaving, see if the anteaters are out and about moving, because often they're sleeping right here in this little ditch, and you don't see them or pay attention to them. But they're very cute and they're very cool, and an easy pick for land number one. And it's also time for a park courtesy PSA with Molly. Specifically here at Animal Kingdom, though could apply some other places as well. This one, leave the animals alone. Especially when the cast members tell you not to. They hissy whistle noises at them, or yell at them, or clap at them. They don't like that. And what do you think's gonna happen? Do you think you're gonna yell at the anteater and it's like gonna do a backflip or something? They don't like that. No one around you likes that. The cast members don't like that. Treat the animals with respect. And just like that, my easy choices are over, because the other lands have a lot more going on, making these choices a lot harder. Animal Kingdom's next land is Discovery Island, which at first glance may not seem like it's a difficult decision. There aren't any big e-ticket attractions in this land. This is the beautiful entryway that houses the Tree of Life, other dining, shopping, venues. However, I've realized it's a lot harder than I thought it would be to narrow it down to just one favorite in this land. Discovery Island is home to It's Tough to Be a Bug, the 3D show inside the Tree of Life Theater. That was out pretty quickly. Discovery Island's home to where you can meet Mickey and Minnie in their safari outfits. That's adorable. That's a contender. It's home to fan favorite restaurant Flame Tree Barbecue. I do like the view there, and I love a good piece of meat, but that was out quick too. You know what wasn't even a possibility? Pizza Fari. Am I right? Discovery Island is also home to the Tree of Life Gardens, which weaves you close to the beautiful Tree of Life with some animal exhibits, get you a great look at the icon of the park. But ultimately, I narrowed Discovery Island down to two things. One of my favorite lounges in any Disney park, or one of my favorite secret spots in any Disney park. Can you guess what one? If you thought I selected Nomad Lounge for my absolute favorite thing in Discovery Island, you're wrong. As much as I love the Nomad Lounge and as much as I love sitting there and enjoying an amazing cocktail and a snack and the view, this spot behind the Tree of Life is my favorite place in a Disney park, so it had to be this. If you're new here, you may not be familiar with this spot because it's pretty secret, it's pretty hidden. It's even the busiest weeks of the year right now and there's basically no one back here on the trail. But this right here is what I call my secret coffee spot because the entrance to this trail is right across the way at Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks at this park. I love to get a coffee when I first come into Animal Kingdom or after I've been here a little bit and come back on this trail for some much needed peace and tranquility. The character flotillas come by, so you might see Mickey or Donald or Pocahontas. And it's just an absolutely gorgeous look at the Tree of Life with not a lot of people around. I've taken some of my favorite pictures at some crucial moments in my life right here in front of the Tree of Life. So this is kind of one of those lesser known spots, lesser known attractions that's going to make my list today as far as favorite things go. Now that's not to say you shouldn't go to Nomad Lounge because Nomad Lounge is absolutely at the top of my list when it comes to Animal Kingdom. If I was going to do just like a flat out list of my top 7 favorite things in this park, Nomad Lounge would make the list. It's got a beautiful view. The flotillas go right by there as well. Some of the best cocktails you're going to get in a theme park. Feels like you're in a tranquil treehouse oasis. It does not feel like you are in a Disney park. So put Nomad Lounge on your list. I absolutely recommend it. But for me, this place holds a lot of meaning. And it's a special little spot to have your coffee in the morning with this absolutely incredible view. Maybe some character friends. You can't beat it to me. And speaking of coffee, today I'm enjoying an iced flat white. This is a coffee that you can get at coffee shops around the world, but they're extra special here at Disney's Animal Kingdom because part of the proceeds from this drink, hot or iced, go to protect cotton-top tamarins. And on your way into the coffee spot, you can actually see cotton-top tamarins. They're currently endangered due to deforestation in their homes. So I like enjoying this coffee, knowing I'm helping some cute little guys. And then I like to, as Hopper on Stranger Things said,
mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Discovery Island check. One of the harder decisions I didn't think I'd have to make, but those are 2 of my ultimate favorite things. An extra bonus though of choosing the coffee spot is that you get this amazing look at the Tree of Life. I've talked a lot about it in other videos, especially our secrets and details videos about how they made it and some things to look for on the tree, but I could stare at the Tree of Life for hours, and this is a great view. Moving right along to DinoLand USA. I don't think my choice here will be a surprise to anyone, considering there's not a ton left to do in this land. While I love the theming and detail and story of DinoLand USA, I don't think I can select that as my favorite thing. Well, I guess I could. I could choose whatever I want, but that's not what I'm picking. You've got Triceratops Spin, which is Dumbo with dinosaurs. You've got some shopping locations. You've got Restaurantosaurus, which is a big quick service restaurant with classic theme park fare like burgers and chicken tenders. You may know I love live entertainment in the theme park, so maybe you thought I would pick Finding Nemo, the Big, the Blue, the Beyond. No, I would never pick Finding Nemo, the Big, the Blue, the Beyond. Not for me. The only thing that rivaled what I'm about to pick was Dino Bite Snacks, because you can get one of my favorite snacks in the park, the ice cream cookie sandwich. But ultimately, I'm picking one of my favorite, and I'll say it, at this point I'd consider underrated rides in all of Disney World, Dinosaur. Dinosaur is the OG thrill ride here at Animal Kingdom. I often say that before there was Everest, before there was Flight of Passage, there was Dinosaur. Actually, it was Countdown to Extinction. Did I just actually myself? Yes, but the point is, it opened as Countdown to Extinction and then changed to Dinosaur a few years later because of the film coming out. They wanted to have some synergy between the animation studio and the parks. Dinosaur puts you in a time rover, which is like a Jeep vehicle, and sends you back in time to the age of the dinosaurs to try and rescue this guy right here, the Iguanodon, before the meteor shower hits. But of course you run into some unfriendly dinosaurs along the way. It's loud, it's dark, there's huge animatronic dinosaurs, there's literally a warning sign out front in case your kids get scared, because so many do, and I love it. Let's go. We got a date with Dr. Grant Seeker. You know, it doesn't hurt that one of my favorite Easter eggs in any ride in any theme park is in this queue. I know I've shared it before, but I gotta share it again. On these pipes right here, they are red, yellow, and white. There's some chemical formulas there. Those are actually the chemical formulas for ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise, because this pavilion and this land were originally sponsored by McDonald's. And I think that's genius and amazing and so funny. Now I want French fries, but I just love that one.
Hello there. Welcome to our little trans-dimensional joyride, folks. I'm Dr. Seeker, your friendly controller, and a heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. Take a look at this guy. He's an iguanodon, and I'm certain that he is the key to understanding these magnificent creatures.
I tagged him with a locator during an unauthorized field trip. Otherwise, I'd be traveling.
Warning, meteor shower in range.
Just a little bit. But at least this one's a vegetarian. Four-wheel drive, move it! Get us out of here!
Carnotaurus.
I guess you made it back with you. I better find you before security does. Thanks for everything.
I just love that attraction. Hold on. Shark tooth dig kit. Excavate 3 shark tooth fossils. Should I get this? It's 40% off. Okay, no, I don't need that. But do I? No, I don't need that. No. I don't want to carry it around, but maybe I'll come back. Anyway, I just love that attraction. I think it's so fun. I am going to pick a moving vehicle with big animatronics over a simulator any day, and I just adore that attraction. Now, I will say this was a special ride on it because this little girl next to me was so funny, and she was like, "This is so fun," to her dad at the beginning, and then once it started getting scary, she goes, "Dad, this is not so fun anymore," and it was very cute and funny. But yeah, I love Dinosaur. A must-do for me at this park. I know some people don't like it because it's kind of jerky and it's loud and their kids cry, but for me, I adore it and I hope it never goes away. It's called Denial, because it probably will. Anyway, Asia. Let's just say it's a good thing they canceled Kite Tails, because that's the only thing that could have made this decision harder. While Asia is home to lots of wonderful dining locations, such as Yak and Yeti, both quick service and full service, some beloved treats, the Maharaja Jungle Trek, where you can see tigers. Ultimately, it's home to one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World, Expedition Everest Legend of the Forbidden Mountain TM. Coincidentally, it's also home to my least favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World, Cali River Rapids, so interesting complexity here. Expedition Everest is one of the tallest rides in Walt Disney World. It stands at 199 feet tall, and it takes you up the Forbidden Mountain, where you will come face to face with the sacred creature, the Yeti. It's got a 44-inch height requirement, an 80-foot drop, some of the best theming, and one of the last original attractions to be built in Disney World, as in not based on existing intellectual property or IP. The story is incredibly rich and detailed on this attraction. They went to Asia to do all the research on this land, so there's a lot of accuracies and comparisons to the real Himalayas. In fact, a lot of the items you'll see in the queue here are actually from Mount Everest that people left behind when climbing the real mountain. So this land is so incredibly detailed, just like this entire park. This ride is fun. It never ceases to be a blast, so this was an easy choice for sure. Expedition Everest is just the creme de la creme. It's everything that makes a Disney attraction great. It's fun, it's thrilling, it's detailed, it's got an incredible backstory. At one point, actually, when I opened, it was the most expensive roller coaster ever built. It was eclipsed by Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM when that opened at Universal. But Expedition Everest is absolutely a must-do for me, one of my top favorite rides here and in all of Disney World. And with that, we are leaving Asia, and the last two lands are much harder than the previous two have been. One thing's for sure though, My favorite thing about this park in general is how absolutely beautiful it is. Hi Rafiki, hi Timon! Also, walking through this park you can find hidden pathways. Literally, no one's on here. I feel like this park you can just explore. Look at that view. Look at this. This park's amazing. Moving into Africa, which was without a doubt the hardest land yet. There are so many amazing things to do. Even harder than Discovery Island, where I had to choose between my secret coffee spot and the Nomad Lounge. I didn't take that long to pick something in Pandora. It was really easy for Asia and DinoLand, but this land is giving me a lot of trouble. For starters, Rafiki's Planet Watch is no longer considered its own land on the map. It's part of Africa. So the animation experience, the affection section where you can pet the goats, the Wildlife Express, that's lumped in with Africa. And I really like petting goats. And I really like the animation experience. Also in Africa, the Tusker House, which is probably my favorite in-park character dining anywhere. You've got Donald, Daisy, Mickey and Goofy in their cute safari outfits, and incredible food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Who doesn't love a good safari breakfast? Africa is also home to some underrated places like the Harambe Market, which serves up some delicious grilled meats. Are we going a little out of the box here with the corn? A delicious underrated treat you can find only here in all of Walt Disney World. Or Kusafiri, where you can get some pastry treats for breakfast as well as some savory underrated snacks at lunch and dinner. Africa is also home to Tamu Tamu, where you can get Dole Whip in this park, which is a big contender for a lot of people. You've got underrated things to do in this section of the park as well. Things like the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, a walking trail where you could see animals like okapis, hippos underwater, zebras, and of course gorillas. Who doesn't love that? Africa is also home to some of the best streetmosphere in all of Disney World. I'm talking about the Tamu Tamu Drummers or the Harambe Acrobats. They're incredible live performers that bring the town of Harambe to life, and especially bonus points if you go to the Dawa Bar right next door, get yourself a delicious beverage, enjoy some live entertainment. That's one of my favorite things to do anywhere in a theme park. But ultimately, Africa's top choice came down to two things. Is it Kilimanjaro Safaris? The 25-minute safari ride where you jump on a truck and head out into the wildlife reserve and you see real lions, elephants, hippos, hyenas, giraffes, zebras, and more. Or is it Festival of the Lion King, a 25-minute Broadway-style production featuring the incredible music of the Lion King, sung live to you by amazing performers and accompanied by acrobats and stilt walkers and giant puppets? These are two of my favorite things in all of Walt Disney World, two things I do on the reg when I am here. I love both of them so much. On the one hand, Kilimanjaro Safaris changes every single time you ride it. You never know what you're going to see. So
These
handsome.
lions do rest for about
Hi, gorgeous.
16 to 20 hours.
But on the other hand, The Lion King is my favorite Disney animated film, and that soundtrack makes me cry every time. So what do I choose?
Hey, guys!
Just doesn't get any better than that. As much as I love Kilimanjaro Safaris, and if you come to Animal Kingdom, you should absolutely ride it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't ride the flagship attraction of this park. Festival of the Lion King is not only my favorite thing in Africa, it's my favorite thing in this park. It's one of, if not my absolute favorite thing in all of Walt Disney World. The music makes me do this every single time when Can You Feel the Love Tonight and then Circle of Life comes on. Circle of Life is my favorite Disney song of all time. It's just, the performers are so into it and so passionate. I was watching the male bird. I feel like everyone watches the female bird and she's amazing and incredible, but I was watching the male bird and he just had so much joy, and it's just like one of the best days I ever had in a Disney park was the day that this came back after the closure, and like this theater just radiates joy and everybody in the theater is just clapping and singing along, and like this is dramatic and for a show I've seen literally 100 times, but it is wonderful. It is a showstopper. It is a must-do for me, and it's my favorite thing in this park. So, ride safaris too. Ride Kilimanjaro safaris. Don't come to this park and not ride Kilimanjaro safaris. But when I have to choose between the two, this one has my heart. Well, Africa was the toughest choice of all. Mulled over a few things in Pandora for sure, which is where we're headed. But Africa was for sure the hardest. A little fun fact about me, people often say if you only could ride one Disney ride for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? And I'd actually pick Kilimanjaro Safaris. It's not my favorite ride, but it's the only ride that would be completely different every time I rode it. Plus, then maybe I could like befriend a giraffe. Like it would get used to me riding the ride so much, it would come to me and like whistle at me. Of course, by whistle, I mean make a low bleating sound like a sheep, because that's the noise giraffes make. I know that from the previous version of Festival of the Lion King. But you get it. A giraffe friend would be cool. I love this like kind of secret path too. This is another area that I feel like not a lot of people go in Animal Kingdom. It's this down by the water path between Africa and Pandora. And during the daytime, the flotillas come right by here and you can get really close to them. But I saved Pandora for last because Pandora at night is beautimous, even more so during the day. Welcome to Pandora, the world of Avatar, home to some pretty popular Disney experiences. Not to mention one of the most beautiful lands Disney's ever created with these floating mountains. Pandora brings to life Avatar, the James Cameron masterpiece. Well, the first one. Although they do have a few special eats and projections on the Tree of Life based on the Way of Water. At the time I'm filming this, I've yet to see Way of Water. Have you seen it? Should I go see it? Is it better than the first one? Let me know down in the comments. And as far as a favorite in this land goes, I think it's pretty obvious. What? Was there something else in Pandora I should have picked? All jokes aside, I know that the vast majority of people would say their favorite thing in Pandora is Flight of Passage. And for good reason. It's an incredible attraction. It's that simulator attraction that puts you on the back of the Banshee as you fly across the Valley of Moara. It is for sure the best simulator attraction Disney has ever built. The seat simulates a Banshee's breathing and you can feel it between your legs. It's an absolutely stunningly beautiful attraction. This is Molly's favorites video, and it's just simply not my favorite. I'm sorry. If it's your favorite ride in Animal Kingdom, if it's your favorite ride in Disney World, I don't blame you at all. It is a phenomenal experience, and it's the most beautiful thrill ride you will ever go on. But like I said earlier, I just prefer a real attraction compared to a simulator, and this meal in Satuli Canteen is one of my favorite meals anywhere in Disney World. It's my beloved cheeseburger pods. I often get the kids meal, which is just one cheeseburger pod, and it's everything you'd love in a McDonald's cheeseburger shoved into a bao bun. Make sure you get a side of the creamy herb dressing to dip it in. With the kids meal, you get two sides. I usually go with chips and a cutie, and you get a drink as well. There is an adult version of this as well. It comes with the signature slaw from this restaurant, and you get two of the cheeseburger pods. This is here at Satuli Canteen, which is the quick service restaurant in Pandora. This is also the home to those famous bowls that I love as well. It's a customizable bowl. You pick your base, you pick your sauce, and then you pick your protein. So you can get steak and chicken, you can get tofu, and then the bases are like rice or noodles or lettuce. It's a really, really great, very, very unique quick service restaurant, and it's for sure my favorite thing in Pandora. Of course, I could have also picked Navi River Journey, which is that slow-moving boat ride through the bioluminescent forest with that amazing Shaman of Song animatronic. I could have picked just the general ambiance here in Pandora, which was a close second. The floating mountains are absolutely incredible and jaw-dropping, especially at night here. The bioluminescent forest as you walk through it is stunning. Could have chosen Pongu Pongu, which means Party Party. That's the quick service stand outside. That's got that amazing giant pretzel, the Pongu Lumpia, the Night Blossom slushy drink. But for me, in a game of what's your ultimate favorite thing in every land, it's got to be these pods. Now, just like in Africa, me picking something other than the headliner attraction doesn't mean you should skip the headliner attraction. Flight of Passage is a wonderful attraction. It's amazing. It's breathtaking. The first time you ride it, it will blow your mind. It's a very difficult attraction to get on. It's certainly the most popular attraction in this park. It is a fancy ride, meaning if you want to skip the line with Lightning Lane, you're going to have to purchase it separately. It doesn't tend to sell out as fast as something like Rise of the Resistance, though, so that's the good news. If you don't want to use Lightning Lane, I suggest going first thing in the morning or last thing at night. It's still rather long last thing at night. However, you can wait after the park is closed and come to nighttime Pandora, as opposed to wasting an hour or two during the daytime when you could be enjoying some of the other experiences throughout the park. Well, that is a wrap on the first episode of Molly's Favorite Things. Choosing Land by Land certainly made things difficult. Some things made the list that wouldn't have otherwise if I just chose out of anything in the park. Looking at you, Anteater. Cute, but certainly wouldn't have picked it over safaris. But it added a little game element that I had fun playing along with. What are your favorite things in the Animal Kingdom? What park should I go to next with Molly's Favorite Things? Let me know all of that in the comments. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Bye! Should I go to the Nomad Lounge now?